welcome back to the program. It's still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. Like I told you, we're looking at that Northeast APC zonal meeting that held over the weekend, where actually there was chaos following the endorsement of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his second term, without mentioning the vice president, who is also from that particular zone. Well, I have Chief Ezala, a public affairs analyst, join me this morning to talk about the show, this particular topic. Good morning, Chief Ezala. How are you doing? Welcome to the program.
Other parts of the audience, good to be here once again.
Okay, welcome. Now, let's look at what is playing out in the APC, with the endorsement of President Bola Tinubu ahead of 2027. We understand that there was a crisis. I'm sure you've been following that particular news as well, where they said that the president was endorsed for his second term, but his vice, who we've heard severally that may not be running with the president, his name was not mentioned during that endorsement. We are looking at will such development guarantee a second term for the president in 2027? Okay.
You say politics is full of intrigues, and it only goes to tell you that when the chips are down, not many people have your interest at heart. It's always about action for politicians instead of what it should be, which is the welfareism of the masses. What you see playing out in the All Progressives Congress is not far-fetched. It is what is likely expected across African economies, especially with regards to 21st century politics.
Oh, I think we lost Ezala there on the phone. Let's see if we can get back, re-establish link with him to continue what we are talking about. We are looking at that particular crisis in the All Progressives Congress, where they are saying, no way, you cannot say you're endorsing the president alone without his vice, who is also from the Northeast, and who most APC members believe helped the president to win his first election in 2023. Let's see if we can get Chief Ezala back on the program. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, go ahead with your point.
All right. So as I was saying, the meeting of the Northeastern Caucus is actually to not just to adopt the president for the second tenure, but also to fit into the realignment that is going on across political parties. It's not just the coalition talks with the opposition, with Peter Bierofa and the rest, even within the All Progressives Congress.
Okay.
There is this intra-party wrangling that have been there. You recall during the time of President Buhari, even the government of the day never wanted the incumbent President Tinubu to emerge.
Yeah.
So that has been playing out. And it is not different from what happened a few days ago at the Northeastern caucus of the party. But nevertheless, you see, this politics of use and dump has been the bane of our political development in Africa, specifically in Nigeria. You remember the role the Vice President played, the Vice President Shettima,
yes,
in galvanizing the Northeast, even the Northwest. He was at the forefront of engineering people like Madam Nasir El-Rufai and the rest to bring in the government. But again, that does not translate to loyalty. In political terms, loyalty simply means your ability to see something and keep quiet. And when you see something and say something, it becomes disloyalty. And no such character, will be carried along in the next phase of the victory. And that's what you see playing along. Vice President Shettima has been known to be very eloquent in national issues. He has never minced words in his feelings about the economy, about the government, and also talking tough through the presidency. So, and the Jagaban will know that will not go down well with him. So it is very, very unlikely that he will be the running mate come 2027, and that is what you see playing out right now.
Okay, so we understand. I don't know if you've heard that speculation. It's been reported severally in some media platform that I think the issue, there's this Cold War between the vice president and the president, that in fact that they are not in talking terms when it has to do with issues about governance and all that. And some people say that that particular vice presidential lodge that was renovated was actually, they had so many gadgets that monitors the vice president, the people he welcomes, his guests, what kind of discussion they have and all that, just to make sure that they are watching what he's doing. Could that be the reason, maybe when you said lack of disloyalty in politics? Is this a part of it?
You see, that has been the norm. It's just that perhaps it's coming to the limelight now. You remember what played out between the former president and his running mate, and of course the then vice president Atiku Abubakar. You saw what happened that after. You see, let's get this fact clear. The running mates are often choosing to enhance the victory of their principal, of their boss, so to say. Okay? So you don't just pick a random person as a running mate in any political contest, be it governorship or presidential. So the running mates who would later become the vice president are often the integral part of the plan. In fact, in most cases, they are more popular than the president themselves. Okay? Just like in the 2023 general election, you couldn't have done anything without the Kashim Shettimas of this world. The vice president played a very vital role in bringing in the northern bloc. Because in the south here, we were divided. Mr. P2B divided the votes in the south to the point that President Tinubu lost Lagos. President Tinubu lost several artery states of the federation. So who do you think brought the northern votes? It is the vice president. Okay, so now it is possible that they are, of course, his influence is being withered, and they are trying as much as possible to whittle down his political influence, because the truth of the matter remains that Vice President Kashim Shettima is a hard nut to crack. You can't bend him. People are talking about El-Rufai. I don't think he is even better than El-Rufai. Okay, but one thing is given. When people have political clout, when people can make you don't expect loyalty from such persons, because they know they actually made you. So, but again, it is a Machiavellian theory that you use people and dump them when the need arises. And that is what you see playing out. It is not a case of disloyalty on the part of the vice president. I can assure you that.
So with what is playing out right now, don't you think that this chaos or this crisis in the northeast zone of the APC may actually affect what will play out in 2027, especially you recall before now that the North said they are not going to support the president for re-election. Now with this fragmentation here and there, especially in the northeast, they are the major zone that actually gave that particular vote that actually won the seat for the president. With what is happening, are they playing into the hands of this coalition that we hear is ongoing right now?
No, the truth still remains that President Tinubu has realized that it will not be Uhuru in the north for him. And that's why you see him making sure he holds very firm the southern territories. That's why you see what is happening in Rivers, what is happening in other states of the south, both in south, southeast, and southwest. He is already cutting. I can tell you in confidence that President Tinubu is cutting all the governors of the southeast. They are all on one page, and that is the page of supporting President Tinubu. Did you hear any decent voice recently? The answer is no. Don't you see that the president creates out time to come and commission as small as even 5-kilometer roads in any states of the southeast? The governor of Enugu will call him, he will come. He doesn't even send a representative, he comes by himself. What does that tell you? He already knows that he may not get as much votes as he's got in the north in 2023. So he's holding firm the southern protectorate, making sure that he has them in full bars in case of incapacity. Now, the issue he has with Vice President Kashim Shettima is not whether Shettima is a veritable tool. There is no gainsaying about that. Vice President Shettima is a veritable asset, okay, to his 2027 ambition. But then he becomes a liability at the same time, because a lot of our brokers in the north who didn't support them in 2023, who are willing to support him, Tinubu, in 2027, are given a condition. And that condition is that there is need for a consensus vice president from the north. And that person cannot be Kashim Shettima.
So, if they drop Shettima, what will happen to the ticket of President Tinubu and whoever that will be coming on board as his running mate if Shettima is dropped? Because according to your own submission, it appears that Shettima wields so much power, especially in the northern bloc.
Not just in the northern bloc. Kashim Shettima, well, fortunately or unfortunately, has the same type of link and connection that former Borno State Governor Alimadu Sharif has. I don't want to buttress the kind of connection that could be, but it cuts across security connections, it cuts across popular votes, it cuts across a lot of sensitive issues that borders on national security. Okay, so Borno is a very central and veritable state of the federation that cannot be ignored. The kind of transatlantic and international business trade that goes through there, whether formal or informally, either by state actors or non-state actors, those are topics for another day. But any body that governs Borno State cannot be overlooked in the political equation of Nigeria. And that is what Kashim Shettima cashed onto. And that is what Alimadu Sharif cashed onto. And of course, going forward, it is getting obvious that even the current governor, Babagana Zulum, is cashing into that too.
Yeah, because we understand that during that meeting, Babagana Zulum, the governor of Borno State, was so obvious. He was, so vehement about his support for vice president. I think he was the one that was, shouting, what happened? Why didn't you mention, the vice president when you are saying you are endorsing President Bola Tinubu? But now let's look at the issue of the structure of APC in the Northwest. What is going on? Hello, Chief, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, the background noise is actually affecting us. I don't know. But if you can hear me very well. Now, let's talk about the party structure of APC, especially in the Northeast. So, with what is playing out now, do you think the party structure of APC... hello? Okay, I think we lost Chief OK there on the phone. Let's see if we can get him back and continue with the discussion we're having on the show this morning. We are looking at what played out over the weekend in Northeast. We now have Chief OK back on the line right now. Chief OK, can you hear me now?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, so now I was asking about the party structure of the APC, especially in the Northeast. Why is it that it appears that the structure is shaking? Otherwise, everybody is expected to be on the same page if they're saying they are removing, or rather they do not want Shettima again in 2027. Don't you think everybody should align? That is what loyalty, party loyalty should be all about. Otherwise, you are given the impression that the party structure of APC is fragmented as well in the Northeast.
The truth of the matter is that historically there is no political party that is not fragmented at one point in time or another. Okay, it always happens during PDP time, during of course APC currently, even in Labour Party. So these are common, political nuances, okay, that makes up, a regime or a period in a nation that lives. So long as it's democracy, that is what you should have. But that is not for us to lose focus. And what is the focus? Every political bloc, every political tendency is always interested in a show of strength. And that is what is playing out. The Borno and the Northeast bloc of the All Progressives Congress know very well. They are very conscious of the role they played to bring in the administration. And they are very conscious of the role they are to play, their capacity to make or mar the next ambition of the president. Okay? And that is what you see playing out. That is the game all over. You must, when you know your worth, then look at what is happening between Israel and Iran. So it's a show of capacity. When you have capacity, and we live in a world where people don't respect who you are except you prove it to them. Okay? The tide is changing now. Unlike before, people respect you, no matter who you are, no matter what, they don't care to know your background. They just see you, greet you, and respect you. But the trajectory is changing. We are in an era now where people see you at the first instance, they look down on you. They trample on you. Okay? Except you make them realize that, you are here. And that is what is, especially in Africa, of course, Nigeria in particular, that is what is happening. The Ghanaian Borno Empire is becoming a force to reckon with. Since the advent of this Fourth Republic, 1999, you know what the Malakachala, especially when, as we discuss insecurity and as we bring issues of security to the front burner of our national discourse, you cannot do away with the Ghanaian Borno factor. And that is what they are leveraging on. And now let me tell you, nobody, I repeat, nobody has ever won an election without the support of the northern Nigeria. In fact, without the support of the Northwest in particular. There is a particular zone that decides where the pendulum swings since independence, and that is the Northwest. Not just the entire North, the Northwest. Whatever the Northwest decides is what the Northeast abide with, is what the North Central abide with. And let me shock you, is what the Southwest and South always abide with. It is only Southeast that is different politically since 1960, since independence up to now. And that explains why it is difficult for a Southeasterner, an Igbo man, to emerge the president of this country, because we are poor in terms of tactics and alliance. We don't do those two things. Okay? We are too rigid for the kind of politics being played in Nigeria, and that will take us nowhere. But back to our discussion. The Northeast understands the game. They know what they are, and they know what they want. And that's why you see the governor, you see the kind of camaraderie, the kind of solidarity the governor of Borno is showing for his predecessor, who is now the vice president.
Yes.
Okay? So that is the kind of solidarity that you and I know is lacking in Southeast and every other part of Nigeria. And I can tell you that if they continue this way, they will triumph. If they continue that way, they will be called for negotiation, because nobody would want to toil with the Northeast, especially with regards to insecurity and all what have you. That is what is playing out now.
Okay, Chief, just hold on. Let's pay some bills right now, because we are going to go on a short break. When we come back, we still focus on other issues surrounding this particular topic we are treating. My guest is a public affairs analyst, Chief Ezala. We are looking at the development, especially the APC chaos in the Northeast zone, geopolitical zone of the country, where they had the issue of endorsement of President Bola Tinubu, leaving out the vice president. And the people said, no way, you must endorse two of them together. Otherwise, no show, like we say in local parlance here. Stay with us. It's still the blood from the pinnacle of all discussion.
Every day when my children return from school, I don't recognize them. Hello, do I know you?
It's us, mommy.
But these dirty sweaty uniforms and socks, we clean in the morning. Everything don't transform. I understand though. School is hectic. It takes energy to come home this transformed. So I make sure they have some nutritious Milo at breakfast.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo!
All right, welcome back to the program. It's still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion, and we are looking at that political development in the northeast geopolitical zone of the APC, where they endorsed President Bola Tinubu for a second term, leaving out Vice President Kashim Shettima. And the people said, no way. That led to the chaos we saw over the weekend. And my guest is Chief Okezala, public affairs analyst. Very soon after this discussion, we also look at what is playing out in Benue State, the security situation there. But that will be after this discussion with Chief Okezala. Welcome back to the program, Chief.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm here to listen.
All right. So, with all these things that are playing out, many people say that the president is a master strategist. He understands the political situation of the country. He can always navigate whatever political logjam that he may be facing. But with what is playing out right now, do you see, a thoroughfare for him in 2027?
Well, so long as the president still has the Northwest with him, still has the structures of the North Central, and of course the trust of the Northeast, because for now they are together. Okay, I do not see him losing out in his second term ambition. Okay, because we are not even seeing much happening on the side of the coalition of the opposition. If we are seeing much happening on that side, then there will be a reason, to also discountenance whatever influence the president is wielding currently. But nothing is happening. So when you have
Okay, I think we lost okay there, and that was going to be my last question on the show. But let me sincerely thank Chief Okezan, a public affairs analyst, who actually gave his own insight as regards to this particular issue we are looking at. Now we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll now switch over to what's going on in Benue State, the security situation in Benue State. And if a colleague, a journalist, will join me on this program, we'll look at it together. Stay with us. Okay, like I told you before that break, that we'll be talking to a journalist. He is a journalist, Linus High in Benue State. Of course, you know what's going on there, the security situation. And will be speaking with us right now on the platform. Good morning, Linus. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
All right, welcome. Now, everybody is concerned about the security situation in Benue State. What is really going on in Benue? We heard that about 200 people were killed. That was on Saturday. And I don't know what exactly is happening.
Yes, you see, what is happening in Benue State is really... Yes, I can hear you very well.
Okay, go ahead with your point. We were asking what's going on in Benue State with all these killings we are hearing here and there.
Yes, you see, just like I said the situation is unfortunate, very, very unfortunate in the sense that the people are not being told the true story, the real picture of what is happening in Benue State. I don't know why those who should handle the situation are not being told the truth or are pretending not to know the truth. Mm-hmm. Incidentally, I am from Guma local government, and that Yelewata is in Guma local government. That village is about 5 kilometers away from my own village that has been deserted because of this crisis. And they want us, even as a journalist, they want us to sugarcoat some of these things, sometimes to call it farmers' headers crisis. But I can say there is a genocide going on in Benue State. A situation, if you say it is farmers and headers clashes, they should be clashing in the farm over farmland.
Okay.
A situation whereby you come into a community, you set a community ablaze. Some of these people in Yelwata have been chased, displaced from their own homes, and they are seeking refuge there. And then you come, you set houses ablaze, children are coming out, you are macheting them, adults are coming out, old women, old men, young men, and you are hacking them down with machetes, and you want us to say it is farmers and headers clashes.
Who are these people? Who are the culprits? Who are macheting people, killing people? Who are they exactly? And who are being killed?
The people being killed are thief people in their own communities.
Okay, thief people.
Yes.
Okay.
And the people killing them, they have forced us, they have forced the media, they have forced the security agencies to be sugarcoating them, but we know who they are.
Who are they?
These are Fulani people who want to kill the thief people, cleanse them out of their own land and take over this land just to graze animals on them. That is the truth.
Okay.
You may want us to say things that want to be appealing to the ears, but that is not the truth.
Okay, so
the unfortunate situation is this village that was attacked last Friday into Saturday morning, the attack went on for more than 4 hours. This incident happened less than 200 meters away from a security checkpoint, and there was no gun fired to scare at least those people to at least stop at a certain time so that the casualty figure will not be that high. So what is happening? In my own village, there have been security men stationed in my village since 2017. And we have lost more than 60 people between that time and now. And the security men stationed there have not gone down one assailant. Quote me on that. I am saying this, I know what I'm saying, and I can take responsibility. They have not gone down one attacker. But we have lost scores of people. A point came that we had to ask them questions, and a security man told us that they were not deployed there to fight a war against those people. So what were they there for?
Okay.
Last Tuesday, we told them to vacate our village because they are even a distraction. So that we will know that we are not protected, we are not safe. Let the enemies come and have a field day. When security men are there, they are having their field day, so they should just leave. So it is unfortunate. And you see, to some extent, the government of Benue State too has some blame to share. When the governor visited the president, he told the president that there was relative peace in Benue State. You see, even if it is beyond you to see how you can secure your people, let the commander-in-chief of the armed forces know the exact situation in your state, so that we will know if the efforts that are to be made from the center are not being made to the extent that the people expect. We know who to hold accountable. But when you go and tell the commander-in-chief, who is not in Benue, who is expecting briefing from you, that there is relative peace in your own state, then definitely you too, you don't want to help your people.
Okay, so as it stands now, do you think that there are political interests in all of this? Because I heard when the governor initially made a statement saying that some people from the states, some politicians from the state, are responsible for what is going on in Benue State. And, and up to this moment, nothing has been, we've not heard anything from those people that have been accused. Take, for instance, the SGF, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, who is actually from Benue State, and he is a thief man. Up to this moment, has not actually come home from what we've heard, to maybe visit those that were affected and see a way he can help the governor to remedy the situation. Do you think that there are political interests in all of this?
Well, I would have loved to avoid any comment that will look as if I am supporting one camp against another or for whatever reason. But from what I know, the senator represented me, Senator Titus Jam, they have been vocal, because even his own local government, it is only the headquarters of his local government that is safe now. He is from West local government, the man representing my own senatorial district. There are 15 council wards there, only one is safe. Even that one, those terrorists attacked that local government headquarters where everybody is there seeking refuge just some 2 weeks ago. So, well, I don't know how someone will be sponsoring killing in his own community, because he himself is displaced. Even his own hotel in that town was destroyed. So I don't know how someone will say, okay, come and attack my people and attack me and destroy even what belongs to me. I don't know, but the truth is that the members of the National Assembly have come out to refute that, and the senator representing Benue Northwest too has come out to speak, and he has said categorically, he even listed the instances where she came to the governor and told him that this and this and this are the things we have to do to see that this security situation is handled. But the governor, the truth is that there is a war between the governor and the members of the National Assembly. All except one from Benue State. So he doesn't even want a meeting with them. If not, even the ordinary people are saying it has got to a time that they will keep aside their own political differences and come and see how they can work towards securing and protecting the lives of the people they are in. We don't know if by the time they finish or settle their own political squabbles and they come and there is nobody to govern, I don't know whether they will govern themselves, just a few of them, maybe 15 or 16 or 20 of them, whether they will be the governors and the masses at the same time or whatever. But the truth is that the political leadership in Benue State, there is division among them, especially the APC who are now in power. There is division between them. We have two APC. We have two APC chairmen, we have two APC ESCO, we have everything. Alia has its own, Akuma and his has its own, but that is not the cause of the crisis. This crisis in Benue State, this genocide started in 2011 and it has gone to this level. Remember, it was there even before Swam came. When Swam was there, Swam left, Otom came, it was there. Otom left, Alia came, it is there. The only difference is that Swam used to tell the center a clear picture of what was happening in Benue State. Otom used to tell the center a clear picture of what is happening in Benue State.
But that didn't stop the killing.
To be doing that.
Even when Otom and Suswan, they were actually reporting to the center what was going on in Benue State. That did not stop the killing. So let us look at the solution being profiled by the president. He has actually told Governor Alia to lead the discussion for peace in Benue State. How do you see that?
Between who and who? peace between who and who. When two people are fighting, you can say stop. When someone thinks he overpowers you and he's taking a child, for instance, or maybe someone wants to muzzle you out of what you have, you tell that person, leave this person with what belongs to him. If we and you are fighting in the street, somebody can come and say, look, make this. Mr. A, go this way, Mr. A, go this way. But somebody is an assailant, tell the assailant of his blood to go back to their place. There is no land for Benue. The Benue people have said their land is for farming and not for grazing. And if you want to graze there, come, let's give you land, establish your own ranch, and be grazing your animals within your own ranch. I think if we want to be honest to ourselves, I'm sorry, there is no fighting. You separate two people when they are fighting. But when one person is chasing another person, you tell the person chasing to stop.
Okay.
Now, talking about whether Shettima or Oton were talking and there was this thing, there were instances whereby Oton will shout and then President Buhari then will deploy military men, we give them marching order for some 2 or 3 months, people will have some space to breathe before it will escalate. But this time it is consistent because the governor has already created the impression that there is peace in his own state. There has been no 1 minute of respite to say, come and take over everywhere, prevent these terrorists from coming in so that these people will breach. And you see, this thing is systematic and strategic. They always come during the farming season so that the people don't farm. And those that insist and maybe out of they take the risk to go to farm, they come back during harvest season between November and January to destroy what was cultivated. So it is systematic, it is planned, and it is well sponsored. And these terrorists are well trained with sophisticated guns, weapons. You understand? So if the government is reluctant to tell the center the truth, the center should seek information from other people that are directly affected.
Okay. Well, let me sincerely thank you, Linus High, journalist in Benue State. Our hearts are sincerely with you in this trying moment. We wish you well, and please do stay safe.
Thank you so much, my brother.
All right. Well, that's the situation here. We will now open the phone line so you can be part of this discussion. The numbers to call are 080-8182-6949 or 0811-605-2949. You can also go to our Facebook page and drop your comments there so we can talk better. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Jenica.
Welcome.
It's Mr. Chizuki.
Okay. Yeah, welcome.
Well, I just want to add my voice on the issue of your discussion. I think, for me, I am not seeing any government as far as Nigeria is concerned. We have lost governance. Because you can't tell me, okay, Mr. President, I think 3 weeks ago, I heard Mr. President consoling the government of India because they lost 15 people in I think either plane crash or whatever. So for me, I ask myself, the president of Nigeria, you are consoling a country that lost 15 people, even though that those people are human beings. But in country, a lot of killings, we are witnessing killings every day. In mass, not even one, not even two. Hundreds of people, thousands of people are dying.
Okay,
in different
thank you.
states, in different governments.
Thank you
and
so
you have
much.
never done anything.
Thank
it's
you.
not good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ijoke, for your contribution. 080-8182-6949 or 0811-605-2949. Okay. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome. Welcome, Amy.
You see what is happening in Benue. The sea have the land in Benue, the sea that are being attacked. One thing is that this area is very flourished, it's very green, it's good for grazing. So for a long time now, these Fulanis want to take over those good lands that they are grazing. And remember, that these cows are being owned by Magban, the Allah.
Yes.
And these are 12 men in the north. they're having a lot of influence on the federal government. That is why you see this thing lingering. The big guns, they are the people who have this cow in the north. And this is a very good land, good area for them to grow. So they are being sent for with sophisticated weapons to take over those areas in Benin. That has been the goal of contention for a long time.
All right.
So the government doesn't worry who wants their own, brother. So they don't want to take drastic measures to see that know what to do.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much for your contribution. There is 08081826949 or 081160529949. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Geneka.
Welcome.
I'm calling from Omai.
Okay.
Let me start with the endorsement crisis from the north. Yes, I sense it, and I've also said that our dear Vice President, I am sensing he is behind that to know the mind of his boss concerning the Vice President's future political ambition. Yes, a lot of endorsements have been going on. It's only president. Nothing has been said concerning the endorsement of the Vice President. So, for me, I am thinking that he pushed for that to know the mind of the President, so that he will be also mindful of his own future political ambition. And you can see that collaboration with his predecessors, the successors, and they have aligned with him. So let's see how it goes, because this political gathering in one party, I know it will boomerang. Finally, the issue of killing farmers, herders, killers, I've always said, since this killing began, there has never been any arrest, no investigation, no interrogation. And I was pushed to say that it is political, because I can't see we are talking about insecurity in Nigeria.
All right.
People are being killed in their numbers.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your contribution. Let's go over to our Facebook page. Elechi said, you're an ambassador from Okokite. He said the political crisis rocking APC in the north is a sign that APC will surely fail in 2027, because even those in the party knows that their party has failed the nation because all of us in Nigeria buy in the same market. I pray the crisis will continue in APC in favor of Nigerians, because under APC administration from 2015 to date, many families are not finding it easy. Thank you so much for your contribution there, Lechi. Also, Francis, we see you watching from Enugu. Stephen Ugochukwu said the brewing crisis in APC is anticipated, and more cracks are expected in the coming months for the National Assembly in June 12. The president celebrated the crisis in opposition parties. Now it's coming to him, which might have grave political implications to the president. Our collective tormentors will continue to be in disarray. Imagine the Vatican City drawing the attention of the president of Nigeria to genocide happening in Benue State over the weekend, but our president was quick to commiserate with victims of ill-fated plane that crashed in India. Okay, thank you so much for your contribution. Let's see if we can take this call now. Hello, good morning. Yeah, good morning, welcome.
Who say my notice the name? I'm calling from Umai.
Welcome. You have 1 minute, please.